Hey friends, it's Miss Healy again, and today we're going to do a quick review of partitioning rectangles into the same size squares of rows and columns, and that is going to be a little review for you to play your own version of the game that I'm going to show you right now. But first I want to review with you what partitioning rectangles means, and if you may remember this from Monday, it's kind of hard to squeeze this into the picture, but remember, partitioning rectangles just means cutting or dividing or splitting rectangles into rows and columns. And we remember that rows run side to side and columns run up and down. And we know that when we're partitioning shapes, we need to make sure that we draw one less line when we're drawing rows and columns, which will give us the correct number of rows and columns. So we're going to be reviewing this today with a little game. So your independent practice today is called Roll and Partition Rectangles game. And you can either do that on a piece of paper, or if your parents printed out the sheet for you, it should look like this sort of. It'll be 6 of these. It'll be 6 rectangles and then 6 spaces that says rows, columns, and total. And it says to do that with some dice. You can, if you happen to have dice at home, but you can also make your own little number cube. If you remember back to our geometry unit, we were building cubes. And so I just made this out of some paper and taped all the pieces together and labeled them 1 through 6. And that's what we said for you to do in the plans. If you don't want to do that, you can just take some cards, some pieces of paper, and number them. And you can, even if you want to challenge, number your cards up to 9. That's up to you. We're only asking that you do it up to 6, but if you'd like a little bonus challenge, you can number your cards up to 9. And you can just shuffle them up, turn them over face down, and play that way. That's totally fine. So I am going to show you how we're going to play this game today. I'm going to do it once with the cards and once with the little number cube. So if you either make one of these or you have some dice at home, all you're going to do is roll the dice. And the first one I came up with is a 4. So I'm going to record on my paper 4 rows. And then I'm going to roll the dice or number cube again. And I got 3. So I'm going to put 3 columns. So now I need to divide or partition this rectangle into 4 rows and 3 columns. And I know that I'm doing 1 less line for each. So I know that I need to make sure that I'm drawing 3 rows. So 3 lines. So we'll just do the best that we can to make these equal. Okay, I drew my 3 lines. Now let's double check to make sure that that's 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me fix that a little bit. Okay, now I need 3 columns and I'm drawing 1 less line. So that means I need 2 lines. So I'm going to just do the best I can to get 3 columns. Now all I have to do is total them up to find out how many squares I have. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can also find the rows and columns are equal. So you can find, you can count by 4s, or you could go this way and count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so that was playing with a number cube. So you'll just do that multiple times. You can also play with your cards, and you could play with a family member and have them shuffle them up for you and pick the cards for you. You could just shuffle them up and put them face down and draw 2 cards for each round. It's up to you. So I'm just going to shuffle them up and pick one. I got 4. Oops, sorry, 4 again. So I'm going to write 4 rows. Hopefully I don't get the exact same one. I'm going to pick one, and let's see. I have 2, which is a little bit different. So I have 2 columns. Okay, 4 rows, 2 columns. Now we have to get to work partitioning those rectangles. So remember, just like from the last example, we had we have to draw one less line. So we need 3 lines. 1, 2, 3, which should give me 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need 2 columns. I need to draw one less line. So that means I need to draw 1 line. That's easy. I'm just going to draw a straight line down the middle. And let's check to make sure I have the correct number of columns. 1, 2. So I have 2 columns. Now I need to count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can also count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8. So there are 8 squares in this rectangle. Great job. So what you're going to do now is have an opportunity to play this game on your own. Don't forget, if you don't have dice, you can make your own or just go with the cards. That's totally fine. And I hope you have fun playing this little review game today. And we will see you next week in math. Have a good one.